Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Once again, I filmed this a while ago, so I might be a bit rusty on knowing exactly what I'm doing. So I'm starting off with this Tombow brush pen and I'm just brush lettering the word Glasgow. I then go through with my date stamp and stamp out the dates that this trip was for, and I don't end up using them, but that's fine. So basically in this video I'm going to be showing you this 6x12 insert that I'm working on now, and then I will move on to a 12x12 pocket page that is also a part of this trip. So this is the final part of my January project life. If you'd like to see the first two parts, I will link them in the eye, and that will kind of give you a better idea of how I spread out my photos for this month. So this was the last weekend in January, so all of these photos are from this one event and I've just grouped them together, and that's why I do monthly project life, is I just seem to have so many more photos per month, like for certain weekends than other weekends. If I have a quiet weekend, I'll have no photos, but when I have a busy weekend, I have a busy weekend and I have a lot of photos I want to include. So for me, that's just the way that it works best. So as you can see, I've started making this kind of title card. I like doing that for all of my trips because it makes it stand out that these photos are all in Glasgow. You know, in years to come I might look back and just assume that this is York because that's where I normally am when I take photos of these people, but it's nice to make it stand out. I've also got this Polaroid. I don't normally have Polaroids, but both Libby and Marco, who I went on the trip with to meet Liz, have Polaroids, and we took a lot of Polaroid pictures, and I mainly took photos of the Polaroids because I knew I'd be putting them in my scrapbook, and I feel like it's a bit of a waste for me to put the actual Polaroids in when they kind of have them on their bedroom wall, or like you can kind of see that they are actual Polaroids, whereas just printing out a photo for me, it's behind a pocket page. I don't think it makes that much difference it being the actual thing or a photo of it, so I prefer them to have it and then I've got it as well. But this one was, I don't know how I ended up with this one. I think because I knew that I'd put it in its own little pocket, I thought I might as well. They really wanted me to have one, so I took this one. And yeah, so I really like doing collages like I've done at the bottom. I just use the Project Life app and do a small print and then save them to my phone. And I find that's really useful. So we played a lot of games on the train and once we were there. So I just really wanted to highlight that, but all the games we played like have a visual representation, because I'm definitely more of a visual person than words, but I don't need a huge photo of Uno or Chicken Foot or sequences. I think they're all the games that are in there. So for all of my January project life, I have gone through and stamped out all of these labels and icons, and I just went through and cut them out. I think by this point I'd actually run out, so I had to redo that, but I think it really helped keep the whole month cohesive, and it was really fun just to use my stash. So they're all stamps just from my stash. The label one is from Studio and I really like it. It is so nice, and I've just been using the offcuts of my Cricut when I do a print and cut just to stamp on and cut out these labels. And then I had these kind of a whole stamp sheet that just had these half circles, so I've really gone in with that as a theme in this kind of layout. So now I've got these kind of gem drop enamel dot things from Rosie Studio, which I really love, and I'm quite close to finishing it, and I think I actually do finish that sheet in the video. And then these little gems are from I can't remember exactly where they are from. Let me quickly have a look. They're Simply Create, and I got them in the range here in the UK. I've managed to find some bigger ones of them, but I haven't been able to find these small ones again. So I'm really need. I might look online and see if I can get them, because I just love them, and they were so cheap. They were like £1 or £2, so definitely worth it. And they just already have the sticky on the back. I really like Nuvo drops because obviously they're a lot cheaper than enamel dots per like use, but then you have to have room to let it dry, which I just don't have at the moment. Once I have a bit more room, I'd love to get like in the cube unit, I think on Craftly, you can get like, it's like when you're in school, like racks to put your like art projects on, and I'd like to have that just because I can't have things lying out on my desk throughout to dry overnight, because either I want to do more scrapbooking or I've got to get on with uni work or whatever. So yeah, I really like these little dots. So now I'm just going through, and I have a heart and star punch that I go through all my scraps with, my small scraps, and I'm just going round now and gluing those down. I just scatter them round. I really like that for using up my little scraps. I think it's very worthwhile. I've got the sequin holder things off AliExpress, and I just store them like I store all my sequins, because I use them like I store all my sequins, so it's perfect. So now I'm going to be adding some gold splatters, and I want to add it to the background. I probably should have splattered the card before I put the Polaroid on, so I spend a while cutting a piece of paper to make sure that it's the exact same size to fit over. But this is just a spray bottle from Hobbycraft, and I put the Hobbycraft own brand gold acrylic paint in, and then I've just watered it down so that it splats a bit better. I do find that I prefer it more painty and less watery, because then when it dries, it obviously the water evaporates, so then it leaves more gold behind if it's got more paint in it. So that is how this first 6x12 bit ends up looking. Sorry that it's slightly cut off the bottom. And now I move on to the 12x12 part of this. So these will sit next to each other in the album, and kind of, so it will be like the title is on the left top part of the whole thing. So which I will show a picture of at the end. So I have got this photo, and I wanted to be able to include some, it was a 6x4 vertical, so I've just cut it down because we are sat in the middle of the photo. Like at the top was just more of the bush, and at the bottom it was just a bit more table, so I've cut it down. So that is a 4x4 photo now. So I was just faffing at the beginning trying to make, because I had a 3x4 card to go with it, just ensuring that it is actually 6x12 and that it kind of all lines up nicely. So again, it's really simple. I'm just going through and adding all of these embellishments on. Again, I have a 6x4 collage, 6x6 little photo collage in the bottom left hand corner with all the food we ate. I'm just thinking now, actually they're sat next to each other, the two collages, but I hadn't noticed that until now, so hey ho. So yeah, so that makes the page feel quite busy, and also because in one of the 3x4 pockets on the right I have taken a photo of we all got an individual Polaroid, and I've taken a photo of all four of them together. So I did that when I was in Glasgow, because I knew that I'd probably put that into a 3x4 pocket just so that I could have all of them and not just have the picture of me. I wanted to have everyone. So both of those make it look quite full, so I don't have that many embellishments that I want to add. So that's when I really, really love like these gems and the little punched out hearts and stars, just because they add a little something, but they don't take away from the photos, they don't cover up that much, and it kind of adds a bit more busyness without making it too busy. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like it adds a little something without taking away from the photos too much. So I'm pretty certain that is all I do really, and then I might add a bit more gold splatters on. Yeah, so this layout was really simple once I had all of the things stamped out and cut out. That obviously took quite a bit of time, but that's the sort of thing that I just put a YouTube video on, or in front of the TV, just cut out some bits, and I find it quite therapeutic, and it is nice. I've actually bought an organizer. I'm planning on stamping out loads of the labels because I just kept running out of them throughout doing this, and that was just me doing it for 1 month. So I've decided I'm just gonna stamp loads out in the colours that I will use the most. I'm not going to stamp out in colours that I won't use that often, but I might as well have a bit of a stock, as that just makes it a bit easier when I want to do just a quick layout. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Hopefully I will be more on it with videos again. My courseworks just took over, and I have now finished all my courseworks for my masters, and I just have my overall dissertation project left, so I should have a lot more time to do scrapbooking and also editing the videos. That's what I've been finding the hardest to find time for. But yeah, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you've made it all the way to the end with your favourite month to scrapbook. I think the summer months are always my favourite ones to memory keep with, so let me know down below what your favourite month is for scrapbooking. Thank you for watching.